Another important method in Java is the index of function. So an index of function will give you the index and return an integer of a specified string in your string. So for example, in my string name, I want to look maybe for the index of world. So I would write name.index of, and I would write world, and you pass in a string. Or you could even do system.out.println name.index of, and if we want to search for hello, because we already have that, we would put in s, and s should give us 0 because it starts out at 0. So index of takes in a string as its parameter. Another important function is the equals to function. So because string is a Java object, it implements an equals to, so you can compare equality with another string. An important note about this is that because it's an object and not a primitive data type, you have to use the method and not equals equals, because if you use equals equals and not the method, you will essentially be only comparing the pointers themselves rather than the actual contents of the string. So we will write system.out.println name.equals s, and this should be false because they're not in fact equal. Now, there's one more method I want to go over, which is compare to. Compare to is another check to see how two strings might compare to each other, and it will return an integer based on whether one of the strings is greater than the other alphabetically. So for example, if you have apples and bananas, the bananas would be greater than apples alphabetically, which means it will print out a positive number. If it's less than it alphabetically, it will print out a negative number, and if they're equal, it will print out 0. So for example, system.out.println name.compare to, let's compare it to A. So let's run this code and see what we get for all of these. To run the code, we compile it first, javac string test.java, and then run our executable. As you can see, first we're printing out the S string, which is the substring of hello world, so we get hello. Then next we're printing out the length of our string X, which is hello world plus hello, which is 17 because there's 17 characters. And then we're printing up the index of world in the string hello world, so it's at index 6, and then the index of S, which is hello, so it starts out at 0 because hello is the first word in hello world, so we get 0. Then we check equals, so we check if the name is equal to S. Because it's not, we get false. And then finally we compare our name, so our name hello world, to A, and we get a negative number because hello world is after A in the alphabet. So those are the methods in the string class. There's a lot more. I would suggest if you need to look at more functions, you check out the Oracle documentation. Just search up Java string documentation. Strings are a really great way to store data simply, and you can sort of think about them as an array of characters.